Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, Salaki. First and foremost, we give all praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Rakah Kodash. And double honors to the apostles, elders of GML who rule. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutations to the Acumen, Four Corners, Christian Truth and Sincerity. Peace be unto you. I don't want to give, niggas their fame and their spotlight that they're seeking for, because that's all what they're seeking for. They want a name, So I'm going to make a blanket statement, and niggas know who they are. Don't necessarily need to say their names because they want you to feed into it, But this is Revelations chapter 3 and it's Revelation chapter 2 verse 2. Revelation 2 verse 2. I know thy works and thy labor and thy patience, and how thou canst not bear them which are evil, the ones that dwell in darkness. And thou hast tried them which say they are apostles and are not, and hast found them liars. So in this thing, you're going to have false prophets, false teachers. This thing is a narrow, very, very narrow path of this that we going through. It's so easy to fall off. It's easy to fall off and not get back. And you have false teachers in Israel. And again, I don't want to say their names. I don't want to have to, give them the type of fuel that they need, that they want, that they desire, the attention that they're ultimately which they're looking for. They didn't get enough hugs and attention when they were kids or whatever. But you got people in Israel that teach all types of doctrines, coming up with anything that they can think of. 2 Timothy 2:15 says, study to show thyself approved unto God. So you're supposed to study the scriptures to show yourself approved, not necessarily just going by what the apostles say. And the apostles themselves will say that. Don't just believe something just because we said it. Look it up for yourself. And this is what you're supposed to do. And you have some people, I'll put it to you like this. Israel, the scripture says, matter of fact, I'll grab that too. This is Romans chapter 10 verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. This also goes for people that are, quote unquote, in the truth. Not just Christians that have a zeal for God, but not according to knowledge. Just brothers that, Shalom, Yahweh, Yahuwah, Yeshua, Yeshua, those brothers too, they got a zeal for God, but not according to knowledge. And there's some people that genuinely say those names and don't know. They got a zeal for God. So it ain't always talking about a Christian or a Jehovah Witness who's very, very passionate, has a very, very fervent spirit, to serve God. Sometimes it's talking about even some people that know the name Yahweh Shai. They got a zeal for God, but not according to knowledge. And it doesn't stop just knowing the name and knowing that you're Israelite and just saying, I'm going to pick these guys and listen to them and believe whatever they say. No, you got to have, one thing in school they really didn't teach you, and it's something you got to learn on your own, is how to question what you're learning. In school you're supposed to just accept whatever they teach you. And that is part of putting off the old man, is searching out your teachers and questioning them and making sure what they're teaching is right, make sure what you're learning is right. Because in the Western education system teaches you to believe that. You're supposed to believe whatever they says. Don't question the teachers. As a matter of fact, don't even ask too many questions. And so you got to get out of that spirit and actually question some things that your teachers teach, so you can study to show yourself approved. And because when And the apostles even say themselves, they can't save us. They can't even save themselves. You know, so you got to study to make sure you know and you truly believe what this thing is, and not in just believing that. You got to also understand that, you know, you're going to have false teachers in Israel. And now, again, I can sound like a broke record. I don't want to say these guys' names, but you got people who they'll teach Sabbath, Saturday, sundown. That's not too controversial. Then you got some Israelites that teach, you can call them whatever you want to call them, you know, referring to the sun. You know, you can, what else? You got Israelites that teach that Hawaiians are part of the elect, you know, the Polynesians, part of the tribes. You got some that even saying that the 12 tribes chart is wrong. You know, you're going to have all types of wicked teachers, so you got to actually study yourself to show yourself approved. But there's still a catch-22 to that, because there's some people that will go camp hopping and take a little bit of there, a little bit of there, a little bit of there. You know, you really have to be rooted and grounded in this thing, because Revelations 2 and 2, that which you just read earlier, somebody like being a GMS, they'll try you. You know, can you stand before somebody and teach your doctrine and not fall? We've been stood boldly before dudes that have dumbass doctrines. Remember this one guy, Unibrow, knew he was an Israelite. He was saying that I think Ham had sex with his Noah's wife, you know, because it said he uncovered his nakedness, which it didn't say. It said he saw his nakedness. It didn't say he uncovered it. And even when you read it to him, he still didn't get it. You know, it's that old wine bottle. You know, so you got to really study and examine yourself. You know, damn, does what I just heard make sense, and am I just disputing it? Because it's hard to examine yourself like that for some people, you know, because deep down everybody want to feel that they're right. They want to think that, you know, they just got it, and Most High is just dealing with them. And I'm gonna tell you one thing, you know. Even with the men of the Most High, sometimes God, the Most High, can be dealing with you. That doesn't mean you're not going to go off. You know, you can have some thoughts that of your own thoughts. Then, you know, the Most High can also put, you know, a dream on your mind, you know, and it can be from, you know, the Most High, you know, and sometimes you might get confident in that, and then you might think that every, you know, carnal thought that comes in your mind is of the Most High. You know, how many times you hear Christians say, you know, God told me this morning, the Spirit told me this morning, and then it's really coming from their own minds. You know, so you got to study. You can't, you know, just go off of what you feel and off of what you think. You got to actually sometimes even examine your thoughts sometimes to make sure that, you know, because sometimes you might have to rebuke your thoughts. And I'm gonna tell you one thing: if you never find yourself ever rebuking your thoughts ever, you on a path to going to you know, to hitting these missiles, because you're gonna get wicked thoughts all the time. If you never, let's say a whole week goes by, or a month goes by, and not one time do you find yourself rebuking the thought that you had, you going off somewhere. Trust me, you going off, because Satan constantly puts those evil thoughts in your head, and if you're not rebuking none of them, that means that you're believing them. You know, so you constantly got to rebuke your thoughts. You know, because that can be sin as well. You know, you can find yourself like there's that video with Eminem and Dr. Dre. I think they made, I forgot what it's called, but in the video it shows a guy who's actually several situations where Dr. Dre's supposed to be like the angel, the good conscious, and Eminem's supposed to be the evil, the devil, and he's supposed to be the bad conscious. And while things are going on, you know, Dre's being the angel, he's telling them stuff, and Eminem's supposed to be the devil, and he's telling them stuff. And sometimes Dre wins, sometimes Eminem will win. And you know, so you always gonna have those evil thoughts. Even if you don't, because ultimately you want to win that battle. Because trust and believe, you have that angel on the left hand side and an angel on the right hand side. The angel on the left hand side telling you all type of wickedness stuff, and if you get to a point after a while, you can kind of anticipate the evil stuff that Satan's going to say, to you. Realize that's not my thought, but at the same time, Satan is a master of deception, so it'll be on to the next level of wickedness. Okay, he used to this, I can't provoke him with this no more, so I got to go on to something. And this is part of growing in the spirit, is, Satan trying you with different things, and can you catch on to what he's doing? Can you actually operate and stay in the spirit? That's a very hard challenge. So, and part of that is is that, studying, staying in the scriptures. When you truly know something and believe something, you can teach it. That's one thing I did grab from school, which I kind of knew that in my spirit by the time they said it. And also, it's not just knowing it in my spirit. I knew it in my spirit and I knew it in my mind, which your mind is your spirit too. But I knew it, intellectually, that once you really, truly know something and believe, you can pretty much teach it as well. Because sometimes you can be right and just have a feeling. You could have a feeling that, I just feel that the name is, Yahweh Shah, or I just feel that we're the elect, but you can't break it down. And you really got to study that, because you want to be able to know that you are Israelite. You want to be able to know that the 2 to 12 tribes are, so you can therefore teach it. Not just say, walk by the camp, see that sign and say, yeah, I agree with what you say, Shalom. Because personally, I look out for people like that who agree with us, but this is the first time seeing it. They agree with us, but they don't know why. They just feel it in their spirit. To me, that's that stone that's not planted, that that's not rooted. That seed that's not planted. I look at them like, you agree with us, but don't even know why you agree with us. You don't even know, why we say or teach these things. Because to me, it would be logical to wonder, why do these men believe and teach these things? So you got to study to show yourself approved, because people like me and men of the Most High, Most High willing that I am one, we're studying you guys to see if you truly are studying to see yourself approved. Because simply just agreeing with us, drive by Israelites on a Saturday saying Shalom, that's not enough. You can tell a person that's diligent in their studying. And on that note, I want to say all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles, peace and salutations, and Shalom.